May the 4th be with you. In today's video, I'm going to showcase some various Star Wars themed creations made by the community, and let me tell you, there are some really incredible and non-modded creations out there that really do deserve a bit more of a spotlight. And to kickstart today's video, I have an amazing adventure scene made by my own very editor and the inspiration for this video, Clarak Barak. She has recreated, again with no mods, she has recreated the Battle of Felucia from the Clone Wars series, and this is incredible. Just look at this. It's obviously a frozen still image, but it looks absolutely amazing. You can see like all the different texture in the guns and the pistols. The stormtroopers have awesome outfits, and she's made all the individual droids as well. Not to mention the environment, the alien plant life, and the vehicle as well. It's just such a really cool example of what you can pull off in Spore. Not to mention all the mid-air lasers or the effects. Or in fact, I just noticed in the background there, oh yeah, there's a little hidden part here, one of the broken droids sparking out. And this thing here partially on fire. It's such a really cool example of what you actually can do in Spore, and it's something I absolutely just adore seeing from people. It's so underrated and it's just so cool. If you want to see the full and much better showcase of this, please check out Clarak's channel. She does her own Spore videos and they are awesome. Now of course I will be showing creatures as well, but for the very first creation I have to show you the Venator class Star Destroyer by Cass01. This is incredible, and if any of you have ever tried to make your own Star Destroyers in Spore, you will know that creating these indentations along the side can be a bit of a nightmare actually, I can say from experience. Not to mention all the triangular pieces as well. I really say from experience, I've made my own Star Destroyers and they are difficult, and this just looks absolutely awesome. Also, even got like a little interior bit as well. Oh, it's so cool, and as I mentioned, so many underrated creations out there that we're going to be exploring more of. Now, I can't just sit here and show you a Star Destroyer without showing you one of the most iconic characters of the Star Wars universe, and that is Darth Vader himself, made by Slarty42. Again, this is, as you can tell, no mods at all. It's clearly a front creation. Ignore the back. This is no mods at all vanilla pieces. Obviously, the Captain Editors has got the more sparkly pieces, such as the the lightsaber there, which looks absolutely cool. Some of the outfitting as well, particularly around the chest. And just the way it's constructed the head as well, which is so creative and like just really awesome. Like also the musculature along the body and the legs. Slarty's always been amazing for his humanoids, and this right here is a great example. And another creation by Slarty42, another incredibly iconic character, is the Stormtrooper itself. And just look at the pistol. Does the pistol just look amazing? Like how he's not neglected that at all, how the entire thing just looks so solid. And he's also made the pistol on top of it. It's just so cool. Once again, the Captain Editor to get the glowing effect down there. You've got a bit of a jetpack as well, which is cool. So this is probably functional as well. In fact, how does it animate? It animates decently as far as Spore humanoids go. I mean, come on, if you've ever tried making a humanoid, you know exactly how they animate. That is pretty decent, all things considered. And it looks fantastic. And for any Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett fans out there, you are going to love this one. Doesn't that just look mental? Another by Slarty42. Like I said, absolute monster when it comes to humanoids, and the outfitting on this, particularly just the shape and coloration of the helmet, he's nailed it so well. It looks fantastic. Again, so underrated. Now this here is a rather appropriate building that I think we're all going to enjoy for today. This is Star Wars World by Strange Grass. Now this is of course a building, but you really got to admire just the way it's absolutely nailed, just the fading out text and the way it's compositioned it as well, just looks absolutely fantastic. And I love the addition of the little sigil down here, just to give it a bit of extra composition. Now the more I look at Strange Grass's creations, the more I find he's done quite a few of these different portraits, so we are just going to preview them all here for you now. He's got one of Yoda, Darth Vader, General Grievous, coloured and black and white. He's done some really kick-ass portraits, and it's just really cool to see just to play about with colours, black and white, and just how he's done the whole silhouetting technique. It's amazing. Now while we're in the building editor, I figured I may just quickly sneak in one of my own creations. This is of C-3PO and R2-D2. The only mod involved for this one was a complexity hack, because otherwise all of the parts are indeed vanilla building parts that is. And a couple of years later, I'm still quite proud of this one. Now for all of you Grievous fans out there, I've got something special for you here, and that is a Grievous core Spore creation made by Nail2D. This isn't even outfitted, this is straight up just a creature in the creature editor. No outfitting parts, no captain parts, just straight up good old vanilla core Spore at its absolute classic and finest. And that, I think, is really impressive. Especially with how he was able to isolate the blue blue into the lightsabers here and have it not reflect anywhere else. Really, really nicely done. Now, next up, we've got another spaceship by Clarak Barag of the ARC 170. I will admit I'm not particularly familiar with this spaceship, but it does look absolutely epic. I love the 3 sets of wings. They look so cool, and how she's hollowed out. Oh, whoops. And how she's hollowed out the wings as well. Got to the sigils, and of course an obligatory droid in the cockpit as well to help with piloting and navigation. And like, again, this just looks amazing. I wish I was this good at doing vehicles, man. The way some people do vehicles is absolutely outstanding. Especially the red highlights. Little simple things like this can be surprisingly tricky to do. Now, if you weren't entirely satisfied with Slarty42's Darth Vader from earlier, we have another Darth Vader here by Saluvrul. Some of you might remember her from her own YouTube channel, which, fingers crossed, hopefully she'll return to one day, because she made some incredible creations. Again, all vanilla, no mods. The cloak, as you can tell, is made out of limbs. The helmet flipped over nail downs and various other armored parts. Bit of outfitting along the chest and the waist. And interesting use of the exoskeletal limbs to kind of shape out the armor of the legs and shins. And again, just really impressive work, especially just the construction of the helmet. Next up, we have the Destroyer Droid by Photosynthesis. Some of you might remember Photo as one of the original OGs with Spore. He was the highest subscribed player in the entire game, probably still is to this day. And he, just like Slarty, made some incredible replicas. Oh, but they're not good animations. Do not animate them. Oh dear. Either way though, this is a creature. Once again, no outfitting parts, no captain parts, no modded parts at all, just straight up good old core Spore vanilla. And doesn't that just look so cool? Like, just the way he's done like all the cabling and wiring, the way he's just recreated the infrastructure of a droid, it just looks absolutely incredible, and I just really love the textures as well. The textures are nice. Next up, we have a red spice processing center made by Professor Alaba. It was inspired by the Trade Federation Ore Processing Center from Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. And I particularly like this one, mostly just because of the whole stirring animation. It's simple, and yet it's really creative. And we don't really get to see a lot of like actual buildings. We've seen a lot of structures, but not really useful buildings like this, specifically for use in the Space and Civ stages or the Adventure Editor. So here's something I wasn't expecting to find. That is the Millennium Falcon made by Strange Grass in the Building Editor. This would be a really good prop in Galactic Adventures to have sat around or just looking awesome, as opposed to just a big floating prop. This is really, really cool. I love the detail that is gotten into this, especially just, it's a minor thing, but also just a hatchway there as well. I wish you could see more beneath, but I don't think you can. But it just looks awesome, and I just love how even from a distance you know exactly what it is that you're looking at. It is absolutely perfect. So, fun fact, many, many years ago, there was an MMO called Star Wars Galaxies. I played it when I was really, really young, and I remember these Womp Rats. This was made by Sagasol, and the Womp Rats. Oh, if any of you ever played Star Wars Galaxies, these little buggers. But you made a really good replica of it, and it gives me nostalgia for the best and worst reasons. Now, of course, we can't have a Star Wars creation show-off without featuring the Rancor itself. The Rancor, to me anyway, is just such an incredibly iconic creature. One of my favorites. This one here is by Sagasol, and she did a fantastic job on the face, can I just say. The construction, especially just like the lips, if you will, or whatever you want to call it around the mouth, it looks really, really spot on. And then right here we have an entirely different rendition of the Rancor made by Zach Bum. So a really interesting texture scheme on this one. Oh, way more detail on the back, looking really cool. Until it does that. That was terrifying. The mouth is completely different. It's really, really interesting. It's really cool to see how Sagasol and Zach Bum have made like these two entirely different versions, and yet they're both Rancors, so you can spot them from a mile away. And to finish off this showcase, I've got my very own Sarlacc pit, which I made back in 2014. This is 8 years old, and having since seen The Mandalorian, oh my god, this is awful. But it's cool to look back on it though, and it's just another concept, another creature that is just so iconic to the Star Wars universe. Couldn't leave it out of the video, I had to include it. And I think that's all about wrapping up for today's showcase of various Star Wars themed creations made by the community. As always, I thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope that you've enjoyed this showcase. A nice little look into other people's creations for a change, because there's so many people out there that do so many awesome creations that don't get enough spotlight, and I think that this here is just a really great opportunity. And of course, everyone, may the 4th be with you. Take care and have a wonderful day. What? Hold on, sorry. Oh my god, that is a unit. Okay, this may or may not be in the video. I'll leave Clark to the side here, but I absolutely love this Jabba the Hutt by Sagasol. Oh, he is beautiful. Oh lord, he coming. And I smile, he coming. feel free to leave as much of that in as you'd like to. Oh no, it's another hut. Oh, the huts are so cursed in Spore. I mean, Grimbot here did a pretty good job of it, but it's so cursed. The face, I love and hate it so much. Oh my goodness. Creative use of the body though. Oh, it's dancing. Stop. No.